Welcome back with a new math tutorial. This video we are talking about the slope. What is the meaning of the slope? A slope is the rate of change between any 2 points on the line. So at the first we need to know what is the meaning of the rate of change. As we explained before, the rate of change defined by the change of y over the change of x. Because of that we can say that the slope will be equals to the change of y to the change of x. The change of y defined by the rise, and the change of x defined by run. So we can say that the slope will be equals to rise over run. We can find the slope from the graph by using rise over run without identifying the point. Just we need to find 2 points. After that we need to find how many units that we're going up. We're just going up 2 units, so it will be 2. And how many units that we're going to the right, which is 1. That will be defined by rise over run. So 2 over 1, which equals to 2. It means the rate of change will be equals to. Because of that, the slope will be equals to. The table that we have shows the relation between the number of miles to the second. We need to graph the table, then find the slope. After that, we need to explain what is the meaning of this slope. As we said, now we have the x and y. X represents the number of miles, and y represents the number of seconds. So just we need to put the point. The first point that we have, which is 0 and 0, which is defined by the origin point. After that we have 1 and 5, going to the right 1 and going up 5. The next one now will be 2 and 10. After that we have 3 and 15, 4 and 20, 5 and 25. Then we will draw the line. If we need to find the slope, we'll use rise over run, or we can use the table. From the table we can find by using the change of y to the change of x. In all x's you will find 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It means we add 1. The change for x will be by adding 1. And the change for the second will be by adding 5, because 0, 5, 10, 15, 20 and 25. In each time we add 5. Now we need to find the slope. As we said, the slope will be equal the change of y to the change of x. The change of y, which is 5, and the change of x, which is 1. In all of the cases must be write the change of y over the change of x. We can write the change of x over the change of y. Will be equals to 5. Now we need to write the unit of the rate. At the first, y represents the number of seconds. So it will be 5 seconds. And x will be represented by the number of miles. So it will be 5 seconds per mile. You can use rise over run to find the slope, just by identifying any 2 points. Suppose that I would choose the first point, and that will be the second point. Now we are going up, then going to the right. We are going up from 5 to 10, it means we're just going 5 units up. And going to the right. We are going right from the point 1 to the point 2, it means just we are moving 1 unit. 5 over 1, which equal to 5. And that will be the same answer that we find from the rate of change or the slope. For the second question, we have a relation between the number of weeks and the height of the plant. The required for this question, we need to graph and finding the slope and find the meaning of the slope. So the first point that we have, which is 1 and 1.5, we're just going to right 1 and up 1.5. 2 and 3, just going to the right 2 and going up 3. 3 and 4.5, 3 and going up 4.5. 4 and 6, just going to the right 4 and going up 6. Now we can graph the line. To find the slope, we can find it by using the change of y over the change of x. In each time, the change of y by adding 1. And for y will be equals to by adding 1.5. Because 3 minus 1.5 equals 1.5. 4.5 minus 3 equals 1.5. 6 minus 4.5 equals to 1.5. So the slope now will be equals the change of y over the change of x. To find the change of y and the change of x will be 1.5 over 1. 1.5 over 1, which equals to 1.5. The change of y now will be the centimeter. So it will be 1.5 centimeter. And x represents the number of weeks. So it will be 1.5 centimeter per week. What is the meaning of the slope? The meaning of the slope is the height of the plant increase 1.5 centimeter in each week. We can find the slope from the graph without using the table. At the first, we need to identify 2 points. That is the first point and that's the second point. Just we count how many units up, then how many units right. We are going up 1, 2, 3, just going 3 units up. And we are going to the right 2 units, so it will be 3 over 2. 3 over 2, which equals 1.5. you will find that we have the same slope. So we can use from the graph rise over run and from the table by finding the change of y over the change of x. In this problem, Leonardo opening a saving account each week he deposits $300. We need to draw the graph which represents the relation. After that, we need to find the slope. To represent the relation graphically, at the first we need to write the table. We have a relation now between the number of weeks and the amount that he deposited. So the first will be the week, and the y will be represented by the amount that he saved. After 1 week, he will save $300. After 2 weeks, it will be equals to $600. After 3 weeks, it will be equals to $900. After 4 weeks, it will be equal to $1,200. Now we will graph. X represents the number of weeks, and y represents the amount that he saves. So put the numbers now. The first point is 1 and 300. The second point is 2 and 600. After that, 3 and 900. The next one will be 4 and 1200. Now we can graph the line. We can find the slope from the table and we can find it from the graph. From the table by finding the rate of change. The change of x here by adding 1 each time. And the change of y will be equal to 300. So we can say the slope will be equals the change of y over the change of x. The change of y which represented the 300 and the change of x will be equals to 1. By simplifying, you will find that the answer will be equal to 300. To write the unit at the first, look at the unit of y, which is dollar, and the unit of x, which is week. So it will be $300 per week. We can find the slope from the graph by using rise over run. We just count how many units that we're going up and how many units that we're going to right. From 600 to 1200, it's mean we rise 600. And we are going right 2 units because we are going from 2 to 4. 600 divided by 2 equal to 300. So we'll find that we have the same slope in each time, even if we use the table or we use the graph. Now if you look at this graph, you will find that we have a straight line passing through the origin point. It means this relation will be proportional relation. In question number 4, we have Jessica has a balance of $35 in her cell phone account. She adds $10 each week for the next 4 weeks. We need to use the information to graph the line. After that, we need to find the slope. So number 1, we have a relation between the number of weeks and how much that she saved. So we have here the number of weeks and the amount of dollars. She have now $35. After 1 week, she will add $10. So the total amount now will be 45. So 1 and 45. After 2 weeks will be equals to 55 because in each week she add 10. At the third week will be equal to 65. At the fourth week will be equals to 75. Now for the change of x will be equals to 1. And the change of y now will be equals 10. So the slope or the rate of change will be equals the change of y over the change of x. The change of y which is 10 and the change of x which is 1. So it will be equals to 10. Y here represent the amount of dollars and x represent the number of weeks. So it will be $10 per week. Now we can graph. The first point is 1 and 45. After that we have 2 and 55, 3 and 65, 4 and 75. Now we can graph the line. You will find that we have a line is not passing through the origin point, so this relation is non-proportional. Now we need to find the meaning of the slope. The meaning of the slope that her account will be increased by $10 in each week. And that's all about the slope.